Hello, thank you for choosing Glass Mesh FRP materials. This video demonstrates the FRP spacer and epoxy seam sealer application procedure. Glass Mesh FRP spacers, saddles, and shields help prevent and correct crevice corrosion, contact shorts, electrical isolation, and metal-to-metal contact problems. Glass Mesh FRP is also widely used to protect pipe coatings at support sites. Seam Sealer Epoxy was developed specifically for an FRP to bare steel bond. However, it is also used effectively on epoxy primed pipe. Seam Sealer Epoxy should not be used for an FRP to a painted surface bond. Glass Mesh Company recommends Seam Sealer Epoxy application for use with FRP type 60 and 120 spacers. Steps to apply FRP spacer to pipe. Step 1. Begin by mixing part B into part A with a mixing stick. Be sure epoxy is turned completely gray in color with no black streaks. Step 2. Prepare pipe surface at attachment site to bare steel surface. Then use rubbing alcohol to remove any moisture on the pipe and rub dry. Step 3. Prepare FRP internal diameter with included emery cloth, sandpaper, by rubbing vigorously until inside surface is thoroughly roughened and scratched up.
And you just, again, you want to take the Glas off. All this does is improves the profile. Messy.
Step 4. Use epoxy mixing stick to spread even layer of epoxy on inside of FRP internal diameter.
In this case, we're using a 6-inch line instead of 12 inches like the steel.
Step 5. Place FRP on bottom of pipe, centering it at the 6 o'clock position and set pipe back on support. Step 6. Ensure that the epoxy forms a seam around the entire border of FRP pipe interface. Step 7. If needed, use tie-down straps to apply tension to FRP and pipe. Remember, the better the surface preparation, the better the bond. Seam sealer epoxy cannot be applied at temperatures below 50 degrees Fahrenheit or 10 degrees Celsius.
Moisture down here. And it's easy to replace this, but it's not easy to get into this.
If necessary to bond to painted surface, there are epoxies available. The procedure is similar to the previous application. 1. Mix epoxy. 2. Use emery cloth to remove gloss from painted pipe surface. 3. Roughen inside FRP surface. 4. Spread epoxy on FRP spacer. 5. Place spacer on pipe and replace support. 6. Trowel off edges, ensuring smooth seam and no voids exist.
I don't know how tight you really get. That'll have to be tight enough. Looks good.